Alright, I'm just gonna get right into this one. How to stop caring about what others think. Number 1, you gotta realize that no one really cares. Remember that one embarrassing moment you had that you never let go of and it makes you cringe whenever you think about it? Yeah, you're the only one who remembers or thinks about that. Think about that moment. To you, it was the most embarrassing thing for the rest of that day, or even week, and you've been agonizing over that one moment. And yeah, maybe in that moment, people may have looked at you weird and even laughed at you for a moment. But after that, no one really cares or is even thinking about you. For example, think about how you would look at someone who, let's say, trips and falls in front of the class. In that moment, you might be thinking about it and it might even be kind of funny, but you don't really care afterwards. And if you are, you should probably reevaluate your priorities. A lot of people go through their lives making decisions based off how they think other people around them are going to perceive them, which is sad. When in reality, no one really cares. People all have their own things to deal with. So in a sense, it's almost a little bit egotistical. Realize that no one's really got the time to be thinking about you or judging you in that way. And when you think about it, a lot of this comes from social media. I've known people who spend hours stressing over an Instagram caption, when in reality, it's like, dude, no one gives a shit. Just pick some weird, ambiguous quote that doesn't go with your picture to make yourself seem unique or edgy and move on with your life. I mean, how do you use Instagram? You tell me. Chances are you scroll through every picture in less than a few seconds, double tapping and moving on. No one really cares, so just do you and stop valuing the opinions of others over what you value. Number 2, know your values. You have to be in tune with what's important to you in life. When you find what you truly value and what you're aiming for, opinions of others won't matter. Knowing your value gives you something to stand up for and believe in and fight for. This is usually why when you're young you cared so much about what people thought about you and making friends with everyone and popularity, etc. And why when you get older you really don't give a shit about that stuff. It's cause when we're young, right, we don't really know our values, what we want in life, even who we are, etc. This makes it so that we become a lot more fixated in the more trivial things like how people perceive us. When you get older, you have shit to do, you have more things to do, goals that you set for you and your life. What you value becomes significantly more clear to you, and you start to care a whole lot less about what people think of you. Cause no one has the time for that when they get older. You start to find things you value in life and the things you don't value, which should become a lot more clear. So a major part of this is just growing up. Whatever you care about now as it pertains to the opinions of others, I guarantee you in 5 years you're going to wonder why you ever cared at all. And I saw this with some of my friends back in high school. Like, they were so focused on how certain people viewed them, and a few years later, no one from that time even talked to each other anymore. It's funny, I remember this person I knew back in high school and she was distraught over being unfollowed by this other girl on Instagram. And I remember just looking at her like, is this what you social media bots care about in life? I don't know, that shit is beyond me. Anyways, number 3, building your confidence. When you're not confident, if you doubt yourself or if you're unsure of your abilities, this makes you more susceptible to valuing the opinions of what others think of you more than what you think of yourself. In other words, the more insecure you are, the more validation and approval you'll seek from people that don't matter. Not everyone is confident or born confident, everyone's at different points with being confident, but it's definitely something everyone can build on. This means increasing your trust in your own beliefs, opinions, thoughts, perspectives, and abilities. For example, Michael Jordan isn't going to care about what other people think of his basketball abilities because he knows he's the greatest of all time. I mean, regardless of what I think about the NBA, Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player we've seen based off what we've seen him do. And with that obviously comes extreme confidence to the point where he's bulletproof. Now obviously that's an extreme example because most people aren't Michael Jordans of whatever they do. However, the point is that his confidence comes from what he knows he can do. And that's essentially the point. You build confidence just based off bettering and furthering yourself in whatever avenue of life and being the best person you can possibly be. And honestly, just believe in yourself more than anyone else. You gotta forge your mentality and confidence with unbreakable steel. And when you start doing this, you'll never value the opinions of others over what you think of yourself and know. Number 4, really understand that not everyone is gonna like you. I realized this one a long time ago, is that the more real you are with yourself and the more authentic you are, the more people there is that's gonna dislike you. But at the same time, it'll also become more clear who really cares about you for who you are. If everyone likes you, that means you're not being your true self and you're constantly holding yourself back. The only possible way where everyone likes you is if you're sitting on the fence and trying to appeal to everyone. You're afraid to have people dislike you, and that's probably the worst way to live. You gotta be unapologetically you, and those that care for you and love you will accept you for you. And it'll become clear who doesn't. So then the opinions of others won't matter to you anymore because you know who cares about you for you. Trying to craft this perfect image of yourself to everyone is not only tiring but also a giant waste of time. Like I said earlier, no one is really thinking about you. And even if they are, so what? Let's take the worst case scenario. Let's say you stop caring about what other people think. You stop trying to craft this perfectionistic image of yourself. Therefore, those certain people think negatively of you. Then so what? Nothing happens. Your value and who you are shouldn't be contingent on you being liked. Not everyone is gonna like you, so just do you regardless. And those that do, care about you for you. Number 5, be honest with yourself and ask yourself questions. Have an honest discussion with yourself and reflect. Ask yourself, why do I care about these people's opinions on me? And is caring about their opinions a productive use of my time? What is the worst case scenario, and does that scenario even matter or have any effect on me? What am I really searching for? Just reflect and be honest with yourself, and if you do, I'm sure you'll come to the same conclusion when it comes to caring about other people's opinions on you. Just know that you can never look outside of yourself in order to fulfill something inside only you can. And ask yourself, when I'm on my deathbed, is this something I'm really gonna care about? 95% of the time the answer is gonna be no. When you seek happiness and acceptance from other people, you're actually doing the opposite, and it leads you down a really bad path. No amount of approval and acceptance from other people, especially people that don't even matter, will ever make you feel whole. Anyways, if you guys liked the vid, leave a like, comment, or sub. And with that said, make sure you guys stay true. I'll talk to you guys real soon. Peace.